Okay, so trying to look at my timing again, and then decided just to take the distributor off and the cap off, and now I've noticed that, and that is wiggly. I would imagine that's not supposed to be like that. Alright, so I took the rotor off and the part that plugs up the front. Went and looked, and there's that dreaded triple square bolt. So I take my triple square, stick it in there. I haven't done anything else. I haven't broken it loose or anything. There's the bolt. So I got to figure out how long that's supposed to be, because I don't know if it's sheared off, because it's pretty flat. It almost doesn't look like it's sheared off, but it could have been. So it either snapped and sheared off, or it backed out and it became loose. One of the two. Either one is not good. But yeah. So I don't think you're supposed to be able to do that. Well, you'll notice the front of the cam is off. There's oil everywhere. So that seal is going to have to be replaced. But that's not the worst of it. So you know how... There's my Woodruff key. And it's pretty damaged. Here is my cam sprocket. Look at that. So I wonder how long that had been going on for. And then also, even that, you can see, you know. Now, I am assuming, like everything else, that that is supposed to be the size of that. It's not supposed to be moving in there. That's what that movement was that going back and forth. And the same with the sprocket. So now, even though everything was back perfectly in time, I was having a problem getting everything in time again this morning. And now I'm thinking that that's the problem, is it was shimmying back and forth. It wasn't moving right, and it became out of time. So that means that clicking could very well be the valves hitting. Now I got to pull the whole top end of the engine off probably so I can check my valves. All right, well, the workbench is clean. In this box is the distributor, spark plug wires, spark plugs, etc., etc. And we're going to start taking this apart. So I cleaned off my workbench so I would have nice clean places and everything to set things and be able to work on them. But I start taking stuff apart. Well, busy day. You notice the cam is off. So there it is. So showed you what was wrong with it. The good thing is the cam does turn. Everything looks shiny and good. There's no pitting. Doesn't look like there's any rough spots. All the lifters I measured, they all lift to the same height. All the intake ones lifted to the same height. All the exhaust ones lifted to the same height. So I think the cam is okay. Then, since all the valves should be closed, I put compressed air into the spark plug holes, I could hear it coming out the exhaust, and I could hear some of the valves coming out of the intake. So I think my valves are bent. I'm almost sure my valves are bent. So tomorrow's job is going to be getting the head off, hopefully. So we'll let everyone know how that goes. Okay, so today, I don't know if I'll get to the head today. I'm going to try to, but I figure I'll get the cam taken apart the rest of the way. You know, one thing at a time. So I just kind of started cleaning this up just a little bit here. Get some of the oil out. And then I'll start taking the front off. Get the cam out, and then I can work on the back. But yeah, so we're going to get the cam taken apart first, because the seals need to be replaced anyway. And that way I can really inspect the camshaft. Everything looks fine. Everything looks great, but I'll get the, this gasket scraped off and everything as well, and just get this cleaned up. And then we'll start on the head. Put some more PB Blaster on the head bolts first thing this morning. I'll do it again at some point in time and just kind of keep going with that, and hopefully get them broken loose enough. So I got the cam out, just wiped it off. It looks really good. I don't feel any kind of pitting. Everything is really smooth. So went to take the back of the cam housing off, and once again, these bolts, they didn't take anything to break loose. They were loose. So once again, things not getting tightened down probably the way that they should when things are put back together. Causes problems. So I got a little bit of scoring right there. Look at that. I'll have to ask if that's going to affect anything. So, all right. Well, intake is back off. So, step one complete. I think all I have to do now is just start unbolting the head. I don't think I need to take the water pump off. I think the water pump's only attached to the block, not the... I think that's the end of the head right there. So we'll just try unbolting stuff. Might as well take this off and get a new gasket for that. Look at all that RTV around there. But yep. So I think we're at the point where we can try to start unbolting some of the head stuff. So just an update here on what's going on. As you can see, I got the exhaust manifold off. So filled some chambers with some carb cleaner. They didn't leak down at all. But when I put some air in the spark plug holes, number 2 and number 3 were bubbly. And then 1 and 4 was, you'd put it in 1 and it would come out 4 spark plug hole. You put the compressed air in 4, it would come out to 1 spark plug hole. So came to the conclusion that it's probably the exhaust valves that are open or bent. These intake valves probably are a little bit, and I don't know about these, because if the exhaust valves were so wide open, then there wouldn't be enough pressure to do anything with these. So, with that being said, I started taking the head apart. Like I said, I was able to get the bolts off the exhaust manifold. This one loosened, this one loosened, this one loosened, this one stripped. Can't get it out. It won't budge. I haven't tried the big bolts yet, but I don't know what I'm going to do, because I got to get that bolt out. And it is just in there and will not move. So I'm going to have to figure out how to get that out. Well, I got a wrench on it. Tried to get it. Just sheared right off. So I'm hoping that there's no threads in here. I don't know why there would be. There shouldn't be. There's no reason for it. The thread should be in the block. You can see the bolt. So hopefully I'll still be able to get the head off, and then we can deal with getting the stud part of it out. You know, otherwise I might have to drill some of that out too. So, but that's off, I guess, huh? Yeah. Well, the head is off. There it is. There's that bolt. So I was right. So there were no threads inside that hole. So I got lucky with that. But I thought, why would there be threads? You don't really need to thread it down through that hole. But there's a nick right there on that piston. And then this cylinder wall looks like it's got a couple of scratches in it. Number 2 looks pretty good. So we'll have to crank the engine so we can look at the other ones. See, like that, I don't think that's supposed to be there. You know? So looks like the gasket came off maybe with the head. So I don't know. Those scratches in the piston kind of worry me. We'll have to see what the other one looks like. And yeah, I mean, there's stuff down in there, but that could have just been from it falling as I was taking everything off. So I'll have to clean those out before I move them. But the head is off. Woo! So there's my valves. A nick up here. But you can see that valve's open a little. There's that one. They're not perfectly seated. So I'm gonna bet that they are bent a little bit. I'm kind of worried about that nick there, because that kind of corresponds with that one. Is that on the same side? It is. So that's kind of weird. It's really odd. But I think that'll be another day. I'm going to get this covered. And then, actually I'm going to vacuum this off. Let me look at this. This is just full of rust. So let me vacuum that real quick.